message do you have for our federal leaders and our country's leaders about women?
I would just say that it's important not to sacrifice our country over issues that shouldn't be dividing us as much as they do, because it's always important for people to listen to each other and to always listen to different viewpoints and to take that into account in our lives, in our professional and personal lives, because that's how we really form connections with people, and that's how our country is going to get stronger.
I think it's important just to remember that this is a democracy, and that when you're making policy, that people come first, and that I think before advancing a certain platform or idea, that we should just keep the interests of the people at mind and who's in our country and who we're representing. And I think that's something that might be forgotten a little bit. Just recently we had the government shut down, and I think a lot of people were affected negatively, not just in the federal sector, but also in like the private, the contractors. And I just think we should really just remember what the government does for everyone, and just to put the people first. And compromises are going to have to be made, but we just need to start looking at each other with a little more love. Yeah.
Why is that important? Why is love important?
I think it kind of brings us together as humans. There's so much, there's a lot of diversity in America and everywhere else, and just in humans in general. So I think we need to be brought together by what we have in common, and one of the things that we have in common is we have the ability to love and to see eye to eye on certain things, on not everything, but I think it's something that can bring us together.
Yeah. I think pushing agendas it should be taking a back seat to helping people. I feel like you don't have to listen or push agendas to help people, to genuinely want to help people. I do think that we should love each other. I know it's hard to do that.
I guess women can do the exact same things as men can. Ultimately, they're there to do their job. It doesn't matter what gender they are, what type of person. Ultimately, as them being government, it's their duty to do the best for the American people.
Like Paul said, the person is in that position in order to do the job, and they hire the person because they think that person can do the best job that they want. So it shouldn't matter whether that person is a male or a female or white or black or anything. It should matter who's most qualified and who's going to do the best job. And I think that's something society is kind of starting to realize, which I think is awesome.
Talk a little bit about women's equality in 2019. Where do you think we are in terms of it? And do we still have a long way to go, or are we there yet?
We're definitely not there. We definitely have a long way to go, but I think change is kind of starting to happen. Years ago, women were expected to stay at home with their children and, make the meals and stuff, and men were expected to do all the hard work and make the money for the family. But now we're seeing more like stay-at-home dads and women with full-time careers, and I think there's great things in both of those things.